Oh, fuck it, you guys. Suns lost. The game's not even over, and this game, it's over. I gotta vent. I gotta rant. So I'm gonna go live. Let me just take a deep breath here, you guys. I'm a little frustrated right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This was a really, really rough game. Um, Very unsuns like. And my original prediction was Suns in five. I think I said that going into the series, and then I was live with the Suns Jam Session podcast. Go check them out; they do great content. And I was like, Suns in five. Like I knew they would get a win, but there's a lot in this game, you guys, and I'm frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. So I always say this. I'm like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be live for, but tonight might be a short stream because there's really not too much to talk about. But I'll try. I'll try to do my best to keep this as long as possible. I'm already looking at my notes and I'm just like, oh my god, like this has just been such a bad game, you guys. Yeah, 11.6 seconds left. You know, there were so many times in this game where it felt like the Suns were going to come back. Like we'd cut the lead maybe to like 12 or 10, or we'd go like on our own little runs. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's in here. I know I'm going live early. Um, Maybe I went live a little too early, but that's okay. But the Film Freak says, as I said before, the series started Suns in 6. I think Suns in 5. If there's ever a time to, take notes, watch film, humble yourself, receive an ass kicking, it's right now. And I've always said this. I don't care if you're the first seed or the eighth seed or the second seed or the seventh seed. Game 3 is huge. And the Suns just didn't have it tonight. So we're going to wait a little bit. We're going to wait just like a minute or two. I'm going to crack open this beer and we'll get started in a few minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've had a couple drinks tonight. I've had a few, couple Budweisers. I was like, you know what? It's Chris Paul's birthday. The Suns are playing in Game 3. I was like, let's celebrate a little bit. I was like, yeah, let's go get a 12 pack of Budweiser. Hashtag not sponsored. And I had one during the first quarter. And then I didn't drink until about halftime. So I had two. And then the third quarter just like flew by. And during the fourth quarter, I was like, screw it. I'm popping one open. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to crack another one open. So I've been trying to pace myself. And I do have a water next to me. So I'm trying to stay somewhat sober. But cheers to you guys. Cheers to a better game 4. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I knew by halftime. I didn't really know that we were gonna lose, but I was like, I knew by halftime that we didn't have it. Like this just was not our game. So cheers to a better game 4. All right. Let me pull up some numbers here. Let me get kind of settled. I'm gonna put you guys in a 30-second countdown here, and then we will get started. So enjoy this little random thing that I made last year. So here you go. The Suns don't deserve that happy of an intro, but I just decided to play that because it's better than a boring 30-second countdown. So I'm just pulling up the numbers, just in case I need them for reference. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, or questions in the chat, please let me know. And let me just start this off by saying, if you guys are a first-time viewer, I'm the most optimistic, positive, loyal Suns fan there is. But tonight, I got to vent. I got to rant. This was a really bad game, you guys. Like, I don't mean to bring your guys' vibe down. I gotta turn this. This looks a little weird. I don't mean to sound like a negative Nelly, especially when I'm drinking, but like, this is a really bad game, you guys. I texted my friend, and this is literally like line by line. I said, if the Phoenix Suns somehow win this game, I won't guarantee a championship, but I'll guarantee you we'll go back to the finals. I still believe that. I still believe we're going to go back to the finals. And obviously, I believe that we're going to win an NBA championship. But if we somehow won this game, I would have been like, yeah, we're going back to the finals no matter what. But this was a really rough game, you guys. This was like, I'm processing it. I just I don't know, you guys. You tell me in the chat. You let me know. Go ahead and rant and vent. Let it all out in the chat. If you're watching post game, let it all out in the comments. That's why we're here, you guys. And I really want to start by talking about the first quarter. I'm sure you guys want me to like recap, and I will. I'll get to the numbers. I'll try to stay positive throughout this, but let me talk to you guys about that first quarter. This is why I'm bad at math. If you guys know me on a personal level, I'm terrible at math. The numbers make no sense. Game 1, we started off 9-0. Game 2, I think the same thing, 9-0. This game, the Mavs started off 1 for 9. It was a 9-3 start. The Mavericks were giving the Suns so much open space earlier in this game. And then all of a sudden, bam, an 8-0 Mavericks run. The Suns were just missing so many like give me or bunnies as they call them. Just so many like, oh, I should have made that shot. And they were just leaving the Mavericks players wide open. Excuse me. I got a burp. And I think the Mavericks started this game like 2 for 13. And then they bounced back like 8-9. And then the Suns had their lowest scoring first quarter of the series. And then they had their lowest scoring first half of the series. Monty Williams talked about breakdowns on transition defense. Chris Paul had those miserable 6 turnovers in the first half. Let me repeat that. Chris Paul had those miserable first half turnovers with 6. And somehow the Suns were shooting like 42% in the first half. Math makes no sense to me. I don't understand the numbers. I don't. Let's look at the chat so I can calm down a little bit. Baby Yoda Oubre Jr. writes, DeAndre Ayton is the most frustrating number 1 pick. Well, Baby Yoda Oubre Jr., first off, I love your name. Secondly, I don't know how much NBA history you know. Take my word that there's been a lot more frustrating number 1 overall picks, but I see your point. I was trolling a little bit, and I said I would tweet, and I literally tweeted this. Go follow me on Twitter, link down below. I said I would tweet out that DeAndre Ayton doesn't have it tonight, but that might trigger some Suns fans because you can't talk bad about DeAndre Ayton or some Suns fans get pissed off and try to cancel you. Suns in 5. And then shout out to my guy Sawbucks. No comments. On to game 4. You know what? If I'm remembering this correctly, I think it was legendary Suns head coach Cotton Fitzsimmons who said, you got to flush games like this down the toilet. Now, I don't know how many times he said that during the playoffs, but that was like kind of like a legendary quote that the late, great Cotton Fitzsimmons said. And if I know Suns fans like I think I do, we're going to hit the panic button. We're going to be okay, Suns fans. Let me just take a breath here. Let me just relax a little bit. But I still want to rant. I want to call this team out when I can because they deserve it. Because what do you think's happening in the locker room right now? I've been live for nearly 10 minutes and the game ended before I went live. So they're in the locker room as I speak. I guarantee you Monty Williams is chewing them out. If I know Chris Paul like I think I know Chris Paul's chewing himself out. He's probably chewing himself out and them out. This was just not a good game, you guys. We had a bad game. Dev says it took the Suns' worst game and the Mavs' best game for them to only win by 9. I'm not worried. Good point here. Thank you for bringing that up. You know what? Let me take a drink to that real quick. If there was one consistency throughout this game, it was that even though the Suns were playing horrific, and they were, the largest lead at one point for the Mavericks was 18. I even tweeted out, because they said this on the broadcast, that like the largest lead at one point was like 8 points for the Mavericks, which eventually grew to 18. But you guys get my point. If there's a positive to take away, it's that. Is this comment right here. It took the Suns' worst game and the Mavs' best game for them to win by 9 points. Now, I'm not worried. I was more worried in the Pelicans series. Now, don't get me wrong. The Mavs are still going to probably play very well in game 4. I don't think we're going to blow them out, but like I guarantee you we're not going to see a performance like this again for a while from the Suns. I don't want to think about game 5. Let's win game 4 first. I don't want to think about the second round. Let's win this series or Western Conference Finals. Let's win this round first. But you guys get my point. Shout out to my guy Sawbuck. Suns Geek only had a couple of drinks. Honest, good thing he's not operating heavy machinery. You guys are awesome. No, it's just I tried to pace myself tonight, but after this game, like I needed some. You guys, come on. Iverson Vlogs. It wouldn't be a comment section without you, Iverson Vlogs. Says campaign is the biggest fraud ever. Oh, campaign. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about some campaign tonight. Leo says trade campaign for Ricky Rubio. I wish we could, and I really do love campaign with all due respect. But man, do you guys remember when we had Ricky Rubio and we actually had a point guard who could distribute the ball and had experience and loved playing for the I'm not saying campaign doesn't love playing for the Suns because he does, but back then that was like a breath of fresh air. Ricky Rubio was like a breath of fresh air, you know what I mean? All right. Go ahead, keep venting and ranting in the chat. And we'll keep breaking down this game here. Let me just take another sip of my delicious beer. But don't worry, you guys, because I have some water. It sucks too, you guys, because do you guys remember when I did that little pre-game vlog for game 2? I filmed some like behind the scenes stuff before this game, during the game, and then I just had no motivation to keep recording anything because it was that bad of a game. Let's look at the numbers here. Let's talk about the points in the paint. That's the one I really want to start with. Excuse me. The Dallas Mavericks somehow killed the Suns in the points in the paint battle 50-32. Let me repeat that since I was like burping and I couldn't speak. The Dallas Mavericks killed the Phoenix Suns in the points in the paint battle tonight 50-32. That is embarrassing for the Phoenix Suns. And that's not even because the Mavericks play small ball. That just goes to show how miserable of a game this was for the Suns. Shout out to my guy, Super Mario Hoops 24, who's been on this channel multiple times. Appreciate you, man. He says, nobody was moving for the Suns offensively. Exactly. C3, CP3 became CPO today, and nobody wanted to box out or rebound. That goes back to the points in the paint right there. Hopefully, game 4, the effort is much better. I'm going to keep that comment up. That's what scares me about the Suns team, you guys, is that we just have these games where there's no effort, there's no hustle, there's no ball movement, there's nothing in the paint, as my guy Super Mario Hoops 24 breaks down here. Does that comment not sum up the game? Luka was in foul trouble tonight. Luka, the golden boy, was in foul trouble, and the Suns got their ass kicked tonight. I really hope that the Suns are having the best locker room meeting right now and are calling themselves out and, holding their tail on the way to their hotel rooms. And I hope practice tomorrow, or I'm assuming it's tomorrow because they do play Sunday early in the morning, but I hope the next time they get together, they work their fucking asses off and they come back and just dominate game 4. Now, it's not going to be easy. And I knew the Mavericks were going to win a game, you guys. I knew it. I was like, it's going to be a 5-game series. Even as great as game 2 was, we were all high and mighty during game 2. I want to see better effort. I want to see better points in the paint battle. One, I want to see better rebounding. I want to see a better DeAndre Ayton. I want to see a better Chris Paul. I want to see a better bench. And I'll try to talk about the positives, but there's really not that many positives in this game, you guys. Somebody pulled this stat up earlier. Now, this was like at halftime, but Chris Paul's career playoff high in turnovers was 8 in 2012 versus Spurs. And earlier in the game, he had 6 with 8 minutes left in the first half. That's pathetic. And honestly, that's where my notes stop, because I'm just like, I'm not going to take notes on this fucking game because this game was really fucking bad. Excuse my language. I apologize. But yeah. We need a good backup point guard in the offseason. What has happened to Campaign, man? Like, really, like tonight he was, let me refresh just in case. Let me see. Hold on. Campaign, 14 minutes tonight, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 3 assists. Now, and he had 4 fouls. I will say this, though. He did have one really solid defensive possession on Luka, but that doesn't make up for how poorly he's played really throughout the playoffs. Even when he had a decent stretch, he still went into foul trouble. You guys remember, I think in game 5, where he had a 7-point explosion, but he was playing a little too rough and he got like the 3 fouls and he eventually fouled out of the game. What is up with Campaign, man? Like, there's games where he plays and I'm like, I didn't even know that he played because he's just not playing that well. And I love Campaign, man. Like, there was a time where his contract was looking like one of the best backup contracts in the NBA, because he is really on a solid cheap contract, but now he's not producing, he's struggling. And really, you guys, I mean, look at the bench. Look at this. I mean, Cam Johnson, 16 minutes, 1 for 4. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. JaVale McGee, he played okay. I mean, 8.7 boards, 15 minutes, 2 fouls. We already talked about Campaign. Landry Shamet played 11 minutes tonight, and I didn't even know he was on the court. The Suns bench has to be better. Like, I try to watch it all. I try to watch every player. I try to overanalyze everything, but I didn't even know Landry Shamet played tonight because he didn't show me anything. The only reason I knew Campaign played well, or the only reason I knew Campaign played, because he had that one deep, good defensive possession on Luka. Beyond that, I didn't even know he was in the game. Like, what happened to the Campaign that would explode to the rim and could hit threes and get hot every once in a while. I don't know, you guys. I'm ranting, I'm venting. I'm literally going to change the title of this live stream to like Suns Mavs game 3 rant, cuz that's all I've been doing. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the negativity. Just being honest. Please don't cancel me. I am Technique writes, the fact that the Mavs won with Luka shooting 11 for 25 is impressive, and he was in foul trouble. Let's talk about Luka. Let's talk about the Mavericks for a minute. 34 minutes for Luka, as I am Technique just mentioned. 11 for 25, 2 for 7 from 3. He only scored 26 points. He had 5 fouls and 5 turnovers. Now, he did have 13 rebounds and 9 assists. And during the first half, I thought he was really damn good. Now, don't forget, he had 45 points in game 1. And then he had like 28 maybe in game 2. Now, I think technically, I don't know his averages as of right now, but coming into this game, he was averaging like 30 something on 50% shooting. But like, I feel like the Suns are responding well. Does that make sense? But the one problem really tonight, and I tried to warn Suns fans before the series even started. I was on the Suns Jam Session podcast doing a series preview with them. I made my own video doing a little quote series preview. And I mentioned Jalen Brunson, and I said he averaged 28 points per game on really damn good shooting against the Jazz. Jalen Brunson tonight had 36 minutes. Now, he did not shoot that well. I mean, it was 10 for 21, but he still had 28 points, and he had 5 assists. He was a +7 in the plus minus. They forgot to guard Jalen Brunson tonight, and that really hurt the Suns, in my opinion. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't play that well, but he still had 14 points. Reggie Bullock had 15 points and somehow came back from a rib injury, if I read that correctly. And then Maxi Kleber had the quietest 14 points I've ever seen. So it was just one of those games, you guys, just where everything went the Mavs' way for the most part, and things didn't go well for the Suns. And yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm getting caught up on some comments here. Yeah, and I feel like I kind of received a lot of this on Twitter because I was like tweeting some stuff out during the game. Shot Chucker says Crowder was nice tonight, but that's it for the positives. I probably should have already talked about Jay Crowder because he was really damn good. So cheers to Jay Crowder. 36 minutes tonight, 7 for 12 from the field, 5 threes made. That's insane. If he would have done that during the Pelicans series, that'd be amazing. And he had 19 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. Someone said this on Twitter. They were like, if it wasn't for Jay Crowder, this game would have been over already. Like, we would have gotten fucking blown out if it wasn't for Jay Crowder. And it's crazy because Booker had 18, but he was 6 for 13 from the field. Did have 4 threes. Chris Paul had a miserable game. I don't even care if he had more rebounds than assists. And it's weird because there was like a few stretches where like Chris Paul seemed like he was coming back. Same thing with Devin Booker. And I don't know, you guys. You guys tell me. You guys know. You guys tell me. Cole says it felt like the Suns didn't slow down all game. Every time they brought it up the court, they couldn't play patiently and make anything happen other than taking a panicky shot. Thanks for bringing that up, Cole. I agree with you because Monty Williams basically said this too. I think at halftime or maybe the end of the third quarter, he was like, the ball is sticking too much. Like there was no ball movement tonight. Maybe in the first quarter there was, but like there wasn't much ball movement. And you're right. Like I saw a lot of panic shots tonight. And that's what bugs me about the Suns, man, is like when teams play like the Pelicans defense did in that first round series, when they're like swarming the Suns panic. So I agree with you on that. Thank you, Coin Coverage, who writes so many turnovers. I didn't even talk about the turnovers. 17 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns tonight. Thank you, Coin Coverage. 17 turnovers. Now, we've seen lots of games where the Suns have had 17 turnovers, but the 17 tonight felt like 30. The Mavs only had 8 turnovers. And if I'm correct, by halftime, I think they had like 0 turnovers. DJ Holmes, shout out to my guy DJ Holmes, who says to lose games like this puts that fire under the rear end and makes in turn. I can't read. Makes you get better. I know for sure game 4 we're gonna ball out and put that doubt on the Mavs once more. We have to win game 4, you guys. You can't get wrecked like this and lose game 4. We have to win game 4. It's not even because we're going back to Phoenix for game 5. It's because of what happened in this game. If this game would have been closer, like I wouldn't really be so negative, but there was like nothing tonight besides like Jay Crowder. And I want to know your guys' opinion on DeAndre Ayton because 33 minutes, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Don't let that fool you because I thought he had a really bad game. Maybe defensively he was okay, but I thought he had a really bad game. He just didn't seem into it. There was no energy. He looked tired. He had a few like putback possessions here and there and all that and good defensive plays here and there, but yeah, it was a really bad game in my opinion for DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry if there's hardcore DeAndre Ayton fanboys out there that hate me saying that, but I'm telling it how I see it. Don't let the 16 and 11 fool you. I'm just kind of reading some comments here. I Am Technique says you have to put more blame on Booker than Payne, though. Booker is the superstar on the team, and he only scored 18 points and was a negative 12 in the plus minus. Yeah, you're not wrong. Because if I know Devin Booker, like I think I know Devin Booker, I don't think he would really talk to the media and say, yeah, this game's like 100% my fault. But like, you're right. You are the superstar. Besides Chris Paul, you're the team captain. You've been here on the roster the longest. So yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, Devin Booker's got to be better. The whole team's got to be better. Let's be real. I mean, Jay Crowder was the best player on the floor tonight, and he has to be better. So, yeah. Daniel says every time the ball went out of bounds, it was automatically off Phoenix. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the officiating. The only thing I'll say is let me see the fouls real quick, too. The Mavericks had 19 fouls. The Suns had 14. But there was one foul in particular that bugged me. Luka, I think the ball clanked off the rim, and Luka went like this and held, I think it was DeAndre Ayton and Cam Payne back or JaVale McGee. And they called like some foul on the Suns. I was like, what? I was like, so Luka can do this and hold our guys back, and it's a foul on the Suns? I was like, they were going for the ball, man. Like, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, guys. I don't even know. I'm trying to read the chat and everything. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me rant. We've almost been live for 30 minutes. I don't know. By the way, let me know if you guys would be interested. I don't know if I'll do this in game 5 or maybe in the Western Conference finals. I might want to do a play-by-play or maybe like a fourth quarter play-by-play and then immediately go into the post-game stream. Would you guys like that? Maybe like a fourth quarter play-by-play and then like immediately when the game ends, we'll regroup and then we'll start, the live stream and everything. Let me know if you guys want that. Shout out to my guy Carter. It says 2-1 Suns. We are winning the series, but if they tie it 2-2, that might intensify it. The Suns got to win game 4, you guys. They absolutely have to. And they have to have a better performance in game 4. They have to just look better as a team, better offense, better defense, not turn the fucking ball over so much. Man, I don't even want to blame the officiating tonight. Like, yeah, there were some bad calls, but I don't blame it on the officials tonight, you guys. This was on the Suns, man. They just couldn't fucking play tonight. Not that it would have changed the game, but the refs were trash today. Seems like every unknown out of bounds call went in the Mavs' favor. Yeah, I've seen some people comment that. Shout out to my actual brother Chris, who says, "Low Suns, baby, we got this." Yeah, we got this. As Fed Crazy HD says 4-1. I wish Jay played like that every night. Yeah, I mean, if Jay Crowder played like that every night, we would have won the Pelicans series in 5 and had more time off, and maybe we would have won this game if Jay Crowder played the way he did. And you know what? That should be the confidence right there in the Suns. Is that maybe besides 1 or 2 games in the playoffs so far, we haven't really seen like a complete Suns game. Does that make sense? Like, we've seen stretches of really good Suns basketball, but I don't think we've really seen like a full like 40 minutes out of the 48 total of Suns basketball. Does that make sense? Too many wide open corner/wing threes allowed today. Felt like I was watching Rudy Gobert back at work. Corner threes was something that haunted us, I think, in game 1, if I remember correctly. Maybe a little bit in game 2. So you're absolutely right. Okay, I'm scrolling down in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of the chat. I'm trying to just see what you guys are saying. Only explanation Only explanation for the Suns' loss is that the Suns players drank too much before the game to celebrate CP3's birthday. Subbucks, you beat me to it. I wanted to like tweet something like that, but I was like, oh, that sounds kind of like silly. I'm like, I literally wonder if Chris Paul was just like hungover. Like, did you guys see the fucking turnovers tonight? It was so bad. He literally just like threw the ball out of bounds someplace and was like, whatever. Like, there was just so many times the Suns like gave up on defense and they wouldn't get back down the court. And you guys want to talk about anything else? Because I really just don't know if I have anything else. Um, a burner account. You are an absolute legend. If you guys have been following this channel for a long time, a burner account has been here for a long time. And he always tweets the most hilarious stuff, like this, for example. My tinfoil hat is telling me Adam Silver is going to stretch this series. There's been, I like Adam Silver, and I'm sure he has like a very difficult job at times, but like, there's been times where I'm like, where are you at, Adam Silver? Like, make a statement on X, Y, and Z, or make a statement on this game or whatever game. And he seems to just disappear a lot, doesn't he? I'm sure he's a nice guy, though. Blues writes, turnovers were the big difference. Yeah, and I did talk about that, but like, I just think the Suns' effort as a whole, not making shots, points in the paint killed us. Our bench killed us. I can imagine I can imagine the surprise birthday party in the locker room is going to be awkward for the Suns tonight. They better not throw CP3 a birthday party after that. If I know Chris Paul, like I think I do, he wouldn't want a party either. That being said, though, cheers to Chris Paul. 37th birthday. One of the greatest point guards of all time, the point god. Um, you know, let's go ahead and just look forward to the next game. Let me pull it up real quick. I think we played like early. Yeah, so 2:30. I think that's my time. I'm in a different time zone than you guys. It's early either way. The Suns play game 4 in Dallas early on Sunday, which is Mother's Day, by the way. Um, I'm assuming I'll be live for that game. Probably, yeah. I mean, David says 12:30 Arizona time. Because I think Dallas has like the same time zone as like where I'm at, which is uh wherever the hell I am in Memphis. So they have a same time zone, but excuse me. Um, so I'll probably be live for that game. And like I said, if you guys want like a fourth quarter play by play kind of thing, excuse me, I'll try to do that. I might have some Mother's Day stuff going on, but I would like to go live for that game, and hopefully we're having a much more positive, happy conversation than we are now. Thank you to everybody that's watching. I really got nothing left. Like, if you guys have a question, like a last minute question you want to ask me or something to talk about, I really got nothing left. So, and I don't want to just bore you guys with my ranting and stuff, but I still think this was a pretty good stream, considering the circumstances. Um, uh, a burner account says it's got to be a live stream with Geek and his mom. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I think I'm gonna upload just like a fun little video after this because I did film some like content. Because I was like optimistic going into this game. I was like, oh my god, like the Suns are gonna win this game. We're gonna have like a really good performance, and I had good vibes going into this game. And then after halftime, those vibes just went, the Thanos snap, just. Yeah, DJ Holmes says you live in Memphis. I got family in South Memphis. Yeah, it's a long, boring story why I'm currently living here, but I hope one day I'll be back in Phoenix so I can relive the good times and be with all my friends and all that. But right now, this is where God wants me to be. Not to sound too dramatic, but it's where God wants me to be. So um my guy Carter says, "You bastards, Suns, Suns 4-1, 4-1 Suns." Um, I kind of agree with you here, sort of. He said, "To be honest, the game was close." It didn't feel like that though. Like if there wouldn't have been so many turnovers, maybe the game would have been closer. And like if we just would have had better energy and effort. You are right. Like technically the game was close. I would say maybe what until the final two. I mean, we only lost by what, 9? But it didn't feel like that. So you are right, but like it just didn't feel like that. I don't know. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it. I love you guys. I'm sorry for my negativity tonight. Please don't kill me in the comment section. Please don't cancel me. Um, the Suns will be better. They will respond better, and they're gonna fucking kick the Mavericks ass on Sunday, and we're gonna win the series in 5. We're gonna take it back to Phoenix, and yeah. So I love you guys. Sorry for the negativity. Stay tuned for maybe a post game video. I'll probably upload some more stuff. And I will see you guys Sunday. And I love you guys. Make sure to Hulk smash that like button. Please subscribe for everything Phoenix Suns. If it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. And I will see you guys. Wait for it next time. Oh, wait, where's the button? Here we go. Peace out, guys. Go Suns. Phoenix Suns for life.